Hello and welcome to my channel. As we're approaching Christmas, I thought it'd be a nice idea to do a poinsettia, and today I'm going to be doing quite a stylised version. So I begin by doing a nice big circle with pencil and doing quite a few pencil guidelines before I come on top with some ink. So really the idea behind this was I've been looking at the fashions at the moment for Christmas and interior design and things like this, and they change all the time, and at the moment there seems to be a lot of very bold geometric shapes around and lots of block colours. So I wanted to block in the colours here and make it quite geometric. So if you look at each individual leaf of the poinsettia, and they are leaves not petals because it's actually a bract, each leaf is split very distinctly into segments, and then I've coloured each segment in separately. So for those of you that enjoy colouring books and enjoy blocking in colours, you'll find this a nice exercise, because once you've actually got your initial drawing down, you can just relax and put all those colours in. So I actually used 2 shades of red. You could use more and have a more intricate pattern, and you could also expand it and put some green on as well, something which I thought in hindsight, when I look back at it, I really should have done. I should have added more leaves, gone further out, and used 2 or 3 different shades of green as well to expand on that pattern. Another thing you could do would be to cover a whole sheet with the leaves and to have more than one bract. So the actual flower is those tiny little centre parts. What you're actually seeing that looks like a flower, the poinsettia, which is sold a lot at Christmas, is actually a bract, those red leaves. So I begin with a pencil, and then I go on top with a Pitt pen. This is a Faber Castell one, and it's a medium size. So this is light fast and water fast, which is important for when you come to put your paint on top, that you've got a water fast pen. When I first bought these pens, I did a review on those, and I will link that below, because it's quite interesting for those of you that are new to the channel to look back at that and see, because I do use these pens an awful lot in lots of my demonstrations and tutorials, so that'll give you a bit more of an insight into these particular pens. Having said that, I do use other brands as well. So I've not actually used a reference photograph for this. I've just done it out of my head, because like I say, there's lots of these around at the moment coming up to Christmas. You can see these plants in all the supermarkets. So the main thing is to get a nice distinct tip on each leaf, a central vein, and then some veins coming off. I haven't made it completely uniform. If you wanted to do it symmetrically, you could do and make it much more stylized than I have done. I still wanted to retain that natural feel of it being a plant, and they're not going to be uniform. You're going to have lots of leaves, different sizes and overlapping in different areas. They're not the kind of plant that is entirely symmetrical most of the time. So once I'd put the pen on, I then went ahead with some paints, and the paints I used were the Koh-i-noor discs, which you've got really brilliant vibrant colours. These are more of a dye than a watercolour. They're very strong colours, and they're very good value for money, because it's only a cheap little set that you can get there. So I didn't use very many colours out of it, just the yellow in the centre and 2 of the reds. Like I say, you could expand and use, there's actually 4 reds in that little set that I have, so if you have the same set, you could expand and do 4 different colours of red, which would also look really nice. So when I come to put the paint on, I make sure that where I'm painting isn't touching the same colour. So I put 1 lot of red on alternately in those little blocks of colour, and then I come back and put the second one on. And one thing that you'll notice that I do off camera is I keep rotating the picture so that my arm isn't resting on the paint where I've already painted. So I think that's about everything I had to tell you. It was really because I've been looking at these geometric patterns in the shops with all these fashions, very much like the 80s wallpapers that we used to have. And if you look at the Marx's advert that we've got here at the moment, you've got those very 70s looking jumpers with all those geometric diamonds and things on them. So that's what I was looking at, these very much pattern and blocking in colours, which can be good fun colouring in, and quite therapeutic really. Time seems to fly when you're just colouring in these blocks. So I hope you found that useful. Like I say, you feel free to expand on this idea. Fill your whole page with lots of nice bracts of this flower, the poinsettia. You could also come on top with some gold embellishments afterwards. You could do it with holly as well, and you could make a bit of a mix of the two. There's no end to what you could do with this, but just, you know, enjoy it. Get a nice strong pen drawing, should I say. Allow that to completely dry, and then come on top with your paints. So enjoy that. And then come on top with your paint. And of course you don't have to use the same paints as me, and you could of course use ink or pencil, anything you want to do your actual blocking in of the colours. One thing I didn't mention regarding the actual drawing of the flower or the bracts is one very distinctive thing is the length of that little stem as it goes up to that central point. So if you look in the centre of the flower there where those little yellow flowers are in the centre, there's a little bit of a gap between there and the leaves. So you might want to just have a look at one or two pictures on the internet. If you just write poinsettia in, you'll find some images to have a look at, and you'll notice that you've got this little bit of a stem to the leaf before it comes out into the full leaf, which gives you that little bit of a gap round the centre there, and that's going to make that distinctive shape of it being this particular plant. Okay, so enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy your painting and drawing if you're doing some this weekend, and I'll be back again with you next week with another tutorial or demonstration. Thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.
Everything is calm, now it's midnight. Everybody's sleeping, all is peace. And I'm still hanging round in a house that's filled with lights, walking through a midnight wonderland. The wise man keeping watch, now it's midnight. And though it's cold outside, we're staying warm. And the star will always shine, it's the season for all time, walking in our midnight wonderland. The fuss and hustle of yesterday's gone. Now let us focus on the holidays, having fun, coming together with the family and friends. A gift that's heaven sent, it's heaven sent to you and Now the wise man keeping watch while it's midnight. And though it's cold outside, we're staying warm. And the star will always shine, it's the season for all times, walking in our midnight wonderland. Everything is calm, now it's midnight. Everybody's sleeping, all is peace. And I'm still hanging round in a house that's filled with lights, walking in our midnight wonderland.